Hi, my name is Hakimi bin Faizal. The matrix number is 20211066973. Today, I will be doing a presentation video on analysis of corporate financial performance. Consists of trend analysis and comparative analysis. Study for Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad and Kumpulan H&L High Tech Berhad. Firstly, I will talk about the trend analysis. Trend analysis is a technique used in the attempts to predict the future price stock movement based on recently observed trend data. Trend analysis consists of four ratio, which is liquidity ratio, activity ratio, profitability ratio, and leverage ratio. Before I move on to a trend analysis for the companies, I would like to do an introduction for the company that I chose, which is Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad. It is a manufacturer for high precision component part in Malaysia, located in High Technology Park close to Penang. Its revenue is mostly derived from manufacturing high precision metal stamp parts and high precision turned metal component. For the liquidity ratio of Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad, current ratio, it shows that the company has growing into its capacity from 2018 to 2019 because it shows the current ratio is increasing. However, from 2019 to 2020, the current ratio for the company is decreasing. This may be because the company have less liquid assets to pay off its liability. Next, for the quick ratio, the company has grown an assets to meet short-term obligation from 2018 to 2019. However, the decreasing from 2019 to 2020 shows that the company has less ability to meet the short-term obligation. For the activity ratio, inventory turnover, the company has increasing number of time replacing its inventory after the sales. This shows how fast Wong Engineering Corporation has made a sales and how often the company restock its inventory. For total assets turnover, it shows that 2018 has the highest asset turnover than 2019 and 2020. This indicates that the company is not efficiently using its assets to generate profit. Leverage ratio of Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad. Debt ratio. It shows that the increasing debt ratio from 2018 to 2019 and to 2020 indicates that the business has taken a large amount of risk each year. This indicates that the assets are increasing financed through debt each year. Next is the long-term debt ratio. It shows that Wong Engineering Corporation has progressively dependent on debt to meet its financial position, but into 2020, the percentage is starting to decreasing. Next is the profitability ratio gross profit margin. It shows that the decreasing movement from 2018 to 2020. The company earns highest gross profit margin in 2018 means that the company will have more money to pay its expenses into 2018 over 2019 and 2020. Next is the net profit margin. The decreasing movement from 2018 to 2020 shows that the company is less efficient at converting sales into actual profit each year. The next company that I choose to analysis is Kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad. Kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad is Malaysia-based investment holding company. Its presence in Malaysia, Southeast Asia, European countries and other countries. Majority of its revenue is generated from the manufacturing and trading segment. Liquidity ratio for Kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad. Current ratio. It shows that the increasing current ratio from 2018 to 2020 shows that the Kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad has been improving its efficiency with their current assets to meet its obligation each year. Next is the quick ratio. The quick ratio is also been increasing each year from 2018 to 2020, indicates that the company has the higher ability to meet short-term obligation. For the total asset turnover, it has been decreasing from 2018 to 2020. This indicates that the company getting less efficient in using its asset to generate sales. For the leverage ratio, the percentage of debt ratio has been increasing from 2018 to 2020. This indicates that the company has taken on large amount of risk each year. For the long-term debt ratio, it shows that kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad has progressively dependent on debt to meet its financial position, as the long-term debt ratio has been increasing from 2018 to 2020. For the profitability ratio, profit margin shows that the decreasing from 2018 to 2020. The declining gross profit margin is a significant problem for kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad to generate profit. Next is the net profit margin. It shows that the percentage is declining from 2018 to 2019. This shows that the company is less efficient at converting sales into actual profit each year. I will move on to the cross-sectional analysis where I compare both of the company. For the liquidity ratio 2020, the current ratio shows that um, kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad has the higher current ratio than Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad. This shows that the kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad has the higher ability to pay off its current liabilities. Next, for the quick ratio, it shows that the kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad also have the higher quick ratio than Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad. This shows that kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad's ability to meet its short-term obligation with its most liquid assets. For the total asset turnover, Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad also have the highest total assets turnover times. This indicates that Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad is more efficient in using its asset to generate profit than kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad on 2020. For the cross-sectional analysis leverage ratio, it shows that Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad has a higher percentage of debt ratio over kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad. This indicates that Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad has a higher default financial risk than kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad in 2020. For the long-term debt ratio, it shows that kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad has a higher amount of long-term debt ratio over Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad. This shows that kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad is more dependent on debts to meet its financial position in 2020. For the cross-sectional analysis for profitability ratio, it shows that kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad has the higher percentage of gross profit margin in 2020. This indicates that kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad has more efficient in generating profit for every cost involved. For the net profit margin, it shows that kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad has the higher percentage of net profit margin. This shows that kumpulan H&L High-Tech Berhad has more efficient at converting sales into actual profit for the year 2020. For the recommendation, I suggest that Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad can improve its liquidity ratio by raising the value of its current assets, reducing current liability by paying off debts or negotiating delayed payments to creditors. Next, both companies should maintain their debt ratio by avoiding taking on more debts and trying to postpone applying for additional loans by increasing sales revenue and hopefully profits. Furthermore, Wong Engineering Corporation Berhad can also increase sales income by raising the price of product or by selling more of them and control their productions and expenses in order to increase their net profit. Both companies should use their assets to the fullest and effectively so that they can achieve targeted profit for their respective company. Last but not least is the conclusion from this assessment. Analysis and interpretation of ratio is an important tool in assessing a company's performance. It reveals the strength, weakness of the firms. All of the discussed ratios such as liquidity ratio, leverage ratio, activity ratio, and profitability ratio helps in determining the overall performance of each company and also be served as a benchmark for the investor to search for a company to invest in the same industry. That's all for me. Thank you.